Hey, this is Russell. Uh, Hello. This is gonna be a bit of a weird episode. Back with another episode. It's gonna be a bit weird because this is a post commentary. Um, so what happened was I recorded episodes 5 through 8, I think it was. Oh no, 5 through 10 actually. I did like 3 hours of recording worth, more or less, and I recorded it, and then I realized that the voice wasn't recorded for like any of it, which really upset me because I don't have like a lot of time to like even record these. I just do it when I normally play a game and stuff like that, and yeah. So it's like almost a week after I recorded this footage, and I'm going to whatchamacall, I'm giving a post commentary over it now. So yeah, looks like I'm queuing up some buildings. Not too much going on here. We've been looking at that island before, hoping that maybe we can settle it. But then there's a ship already going all the way there. I don't know like if I should like spoil stuff or like just like talk about what's going on the screen. This is the first time doing like a post commentary like this. So tell me what you think of this like kind of format in the comment section down below. What do you like it when I give a post commentary after the fact or what? Um, Me personally, it taking double the time is really bad for me because I get a lot less done that way, and I never really talked about. So here I'm trying to queue up the Forbidden Palace again. I still haven't figured out at this point why I couldn't queue the Forbidden Palace, but I do figure it out later this episode. It's a bit embarrassing, and I'll talk about that when the time comes. Maybe you guys already spotted why I couldn't queue it up. Um, if so, announce it in the comment section before it happens. One second, let me close this window real fast. Hopefully that'll improve things because there's like people playing music in the other building. Yeah. So I don't know. I'm usually like focused on the game, but it's hard to focus on the game. Right now, I think I'm looking at seeing if seeing about increasing my research a little bit, and because I do have some gold to spend there, and the ship is moving closer. I'm hoping it doesn't have any settlers in it. I'm hoping that's just there for like exploring, and it doesn't know the island is there. Um, Doing a bit of exploring on my own. It looks like, or actually, it looks like I'm preparing to take those settlers on. And Entern is being pressed again. He's going closer, building buildings, trying to build an economy. So yeah, not sure what to talk about. I guess I can talk about the channel a bit while we wait for things to go by. So yeah, I'm Russell. I upload stuff every week. I think a lot of people just watch like individual series who do like watch it. Don't really like watch like most of the other stuff on the channel, but I upload things Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and then I upload some shorts throughout the week also. No, it's Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. What the heck am I talking about? A bit tired. I do work, and I do, have other responsibilities and obligations and yada yada yada. So I started making videos simply because, well, um, so I have a friend of mine who streams, and I started joining him like every, I think it was like Wednesday for the streams, and it was pretty chill. Like looks at this point you see it is indeed a landing party. It is indeed a settler that came to that island. And at this point, I'm kind of like, well, they're settling in a spot that really sucks. Like that city's not going to get either of the whales. It's going to be like terrible, and it's going to block off like any chance of me having city there. So I unqueue these settlers and let them go. But anyways, like back to what I was talking about. I was playing with a friend who streams, and his audience wasn't particularly big, but he was still enjoying himself, and usually when you think of like a YouTube channel or a Twitch stream, you think of like really big people who like make tons of money off of it, make their career, and having like a large audience is like their fulfillment. But it was pretty cool, like just sitting there, you have like two or three people watching, and like in the chat, like the same few people all the time. And yeah, it felt really nice and cozy. So I decided, hey, I play games anyways. I don't think streaming is going to be an option for me because my internet is trash, but um, I have nothing stopping me from just taking the games I play in my free time already and just uploading them. So everything's pretty low effort on this channel. I just upload stuff I think is cool. I like editing the shorts, so I started doing those. And I like it, just playing these games like I do in my free time. Civ 3 is a very recent thing. I just grabbed it in the last Steam winter sale and haven't had a chance to play it too much. And then I played that. I played like a test game, and then I started doing uploads like on the channel like in like February, I think it was, or March, sometime in that time. And so I decided, after that first test game to upload my second game I played in a very long time. I used to have this, and everything's quite disorganized. I just researched aqueducts, which is important to like bring my city past 6 pop. And then once you reach like a certain threshold of population, I'm pretty sure your unit capacity goes up, and everything can like you can start building like military units and stuff like that. So that's important to build aqueducts in every city. So I'm making sure all of those cities queue up aqueducts next. Um, what was I talking about? I used to play this game a very long time ago when I was like a kid. Um, now I'm like post college graduate and stuff like that, like in my 20s. But like back in the day, like I can say like an old person now. This was like one of the few games I owned on the computer, and so I played this game, and yeah, it was pretty cool. I've since then expanded my repertoire of games. When I was a kid, my parents gave me more games, and this game kind of like, I stopped playing it in favor of Civ 4 and Civ 5 and stuff like that. But yeah, this is like the OG Civ I played, the very first Civ I've played. I've never played Civ 2, and I've never played Civ 1. I don't think I've seen them available on Steam. I would really like to try my hand in something like Civ 2 or Civ 1 just to see like what it was like. But like Civ 5 is the game I'm best at by far. I can tell you that right now. Like I've played so much Civ 5, and it's such a well polished game. And then I'm like completely turned away from Civ 6, at least at the moment. Um, Civ 5 was a great game, and then it was made even better by Brave New World. So who knows? Maybe they'll come out with a DLC one day that will make Civ 6 really attractive to me. But I'm not waiting for it. I'm just instead spending my time going back to Civ 3 and enjoying this for the first time in a very long time. And I think I'm relearning a good bit of it. I mean, obviously, I'm making hiccups here and there, and like, messing up and stuff like that. But overall, it's been pretty cool. And I'm glad I've been able to share this with people on YouTube, this journey, because some people do leave comments, leaving advice, and telling me, like, hey, you did this wrong. Hey, you can do this, and it will optimize things a bit better. This is pretty big. We're going to Republic. I love going Republic. Um, and so that really helps, because, like, if there isn't someone to, like, tell me to do things a certain way, I'm not going to, like, remember and, like, know what I'm doing wrong. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. That being said, I already think I'm doing significantly better this game than I was last game. We're playing as France. So, yeah, pretty cool stuff. We've gotten good cities going, and I've given up on building cities at this point. Last game, I really tried hard to settle faraway islands, and that ended up like tanking my economy a little bit because I had to dedicate more um, more money, more commerce to the happiness slider for some time, and those cities were pretty useless in the end. They just got like captured by, I think it was like Russians or something like that, and yeah. So I'm gonna stick to my continent this time around, at least for now. Who knows what is gonna happen past episode 10? I only have foresight until then. Looking at the Mongols, we've totally eclipsed them in technology at this point, which is pretty cool. Um, we are the most technologically advanced, at least on our continent, I know at this point. Um, and our nation kind of reflects that in its size too, because it looks like from the exploring that we're doing right now, you can tell that the continent ends right here. So the Mongols haven't expanded any farther south. Um, the French are hemmed in. They were really, really shut down in the beginning of the game when those barbarians killed their first settler. So yeah, that was pretty cool. We're increasing the science funding just a tad. We can't really get anything else from trades at this point so far, and that's fine. Look how far behind France is. So yeah, it's fine to be ahead. Really good to be ahead. I'm not familiar if with the cities. I want to say because I know the cities like change like a certain graphics. So if like you're familiar with like the city's culture and stuff like that, you can tell like when someone's gone up to the medieval era. At this point, I can't really tell if the Mongolians have gone up to the medieval era or not. Even looking back on it now, I forget when they actually did go up to the medieval era. So yeah, the Mongols are chilling down there. They aren't too happy with us throughout this game. Marketplaces are being built. I prioritize courthouses and marketplaces and aqueducts. Of course, I have to prioritize when cities are size 6. Um, but bringing up that commerce is pretty important. Cities are going to grow on their own. They don't really need like other things like granaries and stuff like that. But the commerce that the city yields is what's going to keep us ahead of everyone around us. So ending turn a few times. Things are being built. Granary I'm thinking about looks like, and then I go over to pikemen, and then I move down to Sun Tzu's Art of War. Then a marketplace. I realize, oh, marketplace. Oh wait, granary, marketplace. I don't know what I'm thinking here. I do play these usually like after my shift. I work like a night shift, so it's not really like I'm not in my best mental state when I play these games usually. Unless I'm playing like on the weekends, which sometimes I do. Sometimes I do. If you see me doing well at a game, it's because it's the weekends. If not, it's because of sleep deprivation. I actually doing this post commentary in a time where I should be a bit more awake, but I don't really feel that much awake. I have to have my caffeine with me right now. I'm going to take sips of it between each episode. And of course, making the most important decision of the game. It's hard to decide what the pillars are going to be because you're not sure what's going to match. You're not sure what you're going to go with in the future. Of course, building the palace in an aesthetically pleasing way is probably the most important thing in this game to make sure you do. And I end the turn here, which is a stupid mistake because look, the military advisor's like, yo, you're losing money. We're getting rid of one of your workers. So I realized that. I put it back here, so I'm gaining money again. And it's really tempting to do that, but then I always forget to move it back. Because like you want to be doing that. And then this is where I realized, oh no, that's why I couldn't queue the Forbidden Palace. It was there. And so this is the one point, the one time I decide to save scum in this game for this playthrough. I'm not going to do it again. I promised myself, if you would have heard the original audio in the video, I'm like, I'm not going to do this again. This is a one-time thing. I was really, really ticked off that I had the Forbidden House queued there. I don't even remember, like, maybe I should have like checked the episodes or something like that before I did a post commentary. I don't remember if I was the one that queued that or if it just queued automatically and I just like pressed the OK button or whatever. Worst place to have the Forbidden Palace, which is why I'm gonna save Scum here, which is why I feel the need to do that, just because it's the city right next to my capital. If you didn't catch that, look at all the corrupt. This is the city I would have wanted to build it in. Look at all that corruption that like I could like lose, and all of that corruption. So yeah, I'm like sitting here like, do I really want to play the rest of this game with that much corruption? Nope. So I think I go to the main menu button right here. No, I'm going back to the city. I'm just like in denial, maybe. I'm not sure. I'm just really upset. But that's why I couldn't queue the Forbidden Palace, because I had it queued in another city. I kept like rereading the description over and over again, like before this thing was built. Like, is there another reason? How many cities do I have? More than 10? So I looked through this. I realized there's an autosave. I didn't know there was an autosave feature because I haven't tried to use the autosave feature yet. So I was pretty glad that there was an autosave feature. I was thinking maybe I should back in and out and do it. Then I decided just to do it. Save the game first actually before doing it to make sure, because I don't know if the autosave feature is buggy or not. So let's see. And we go back a few turns to this time. And so this allows me to change production to a wonder. Forget which wonder I choose. I like have to sit there for a minute. Free Unhappy Cities, Contented City, that's a pretty useless one because this city is not like going to become like a metropolis or whatever. Sun Tzu, barracks in every city on the continent. That's useful, I'm thinking, especially if I wanted to go to war later on. Since I already have so many shields in it, it'd be a waste to put it into anything else. So I decided to go for that. And so that city's continuing to not build anything useful except for a wonder. This is a city where I want to build this in. And so I changed production from the courthouse to the Forbidden Palace, because the courthouse isn't really necessary if you have the palace in your city. It'll do much more work. Because yeah, I'm unwilling to just sit there and eat all of that corruption for the rest of the game like that. I changed my income because that way I don't have to get my worker disbanded that I just got disbanded last round. And then I basically re-explore the place I just explored. So yeah, that was my one free pass for Save Scum. And I think it was warranted. I don't like to save Scum. I like to live with the results because it feels cheesy. I remember as a kid when all I cared about was like winning the game, and I was like 10 years old, that like save scumming would like be a thing like I would do like a lot. But like I think like you learn that there's like no sense of achievement in just sitting there and save scumming your way through a game. So you stop it. But I don't feel bad doing it at this point because I don't ever remember ever queuing the Forbidden Palace. And I wonder if there's a way in the settings to like make it so that actually I set the settings up already to ask the prompt, because I'm pretty sure the game's base settings will just always queue the next thing it wants you to queue. Like it won't even prompt you or whatever. So I had to like change the settings to make it so that it like prompts me in order to build the next thing. That was something I noticed in my test game that really annoyed me. I'm like, doesn't it ask you to like what the next thing you want to be built? But yeah. So that's my rundown of my experience playing Civ. Civ 3, Civ 4, Civ 5. And they all have their different appeals too. I don't really want to say like one game's better than the other in those three, because I enjoyed all of them, and all for their own little quirks and reasons. Um, Civ 3 is probably, you know, I didn't know what I was gonna say actually. So if you know what I was gonna say, maybe tell me. But I didn't know what I was gonna say about Civ 3. Yeah. So yeah, it's all pretty fun stuff. Um, and while I greatly enjoy going back to Civ 5 over and over again, it's been a nice change to play Civ 3 sometime. Maybe I'll play Civ 5 next on the channel. Just cause I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I want to do that. Civ 4, I don't own on Steam. Like I own Civ 3 now on Steam. I still own it in its disc version. Um, I might grab it on Steam though, real fast, but I'm not sure. Um, just because, being on Steam is a bit easier. Right now, the laptop I have doesn't even have a disk drive. I have a better computer, but it's in a different country at the moment than the one I am in. I was kind of stranded in a country that is not where all of my possessions are. A lot of my possessions are still at my parents' house, but since I was like in a different country, like when the COVID crisis hit, it slowed a lot of things down. And I'm pretty happy being in this country. Don't get me wrong. It's just the quality of these videos are not going to be the best because the laptop that they're being played on is, not the best. But it's sufficient. For games like Civ 3, it doesn't matter. I don't think I've had much like frame rate drops or anything like that. So long as I optimize OBS and this game correctly. It's worse for games or some of the other games I play on the channel. But anyways, that's another thing. And this game is actually pretty ideal for recording right now. And it's why I debate playing Civ 5 on the channel right now. I could play it now and I could deliver like a crap let's play like for the channel, or I could wait like a few months till I'm back in where my good computer is and playing on a nice big monitor and deliver a much better looking playthrough. The biggest thing about Civ 5 is because the UI is like so massive, when you're playing on a laptop like this, the UI will take up like half the screen, while the user interface on my much larger screen on my other computer is like only taking up like part of it. So it's why I like playing Civ 5 on this computer, but I feel like a recording on this computer would just be meh because of it. I moved the happiness slider, and I'm looking at this point to see if anyone is upset enough to revolt. And it looks like people are pretty happy. So I move it even back further, and I notice, hey, I don't really have to fund happiness stuff anymore. People are happy on their own, which is a good sign. It means I've been doing my job and hooking up the luxuries and stuff like that. And it frees up some money to be able to put into science. Look at all those luxuries I have. You can actually see them there. Furs, dyes, the lightning thing. I'm not sure what that is. I forget what that is. Gems and elephants. Ivory. What was the lightning thing again? I forget what it was. Was it spices? I don't know. I am recording my voice now, right? Yeah. See, I have feelings of insecurity now because of what I just did. So yeah. And I'm double checking because I don't want any of these cities like revolting when I press next turn. I forgot to switch the science funding higher. But yeah, it looks like no one's revolting, no one's unhappy that I'm not funding happiness now. And so yeah, I can just keep it on this level. And I guess I'm banking some gold now. Oh no, it looks like I'm moving my mouse up because I remember to fund the science again, maybe? We'll see if I fund the science again before this episode ends. Yeah, look at that. Oh, that's -7. Am I going to make it 80 or 90? Looks like it's going to be 80. Looks like it's going to be 90. Okay. That's it for this episode, it looks like. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, favorite, subscribe if you guys want to see more. You guys have a good one. God bless. Bye.